We have three wonderful guest speakers with us today who are going to be sharing some very powerful health stories that can really help each of us to elevate our own personal health and wellness. And I'd like for you to know a little bit more about each of them. So we're going to start with a quick introduction. And I'm going to start with Barbara. Barbara, will you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role here at First United?
Absolutely. So my name is Barbara Carnahan, and I am the Director of Health and Wellness at First United. I have a deep passion for helping people live healthy lives because I know if you are healthy, you can wake up every day and show up better, not only at work, but for your family, for your community, and overall just live a better life. And so I'm so excited to be here today. I'm going to be talking to you about habit stacking and about 2 healthy habits that have been game changers in my own life.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Barbara. We're excited to hear that. We also have another wonderful, we called her our mystery guest speaker. Ooh. So Marcy, mystery guest, will you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. I feel honored for being your mystery guest today. My name is Marcy Payne, and I am a regional sales manager in our treasury management department here at First United Bank. I'm here to share a story that starts with my diagnosis of lupus and how it has affected not only myself, but my family. We had a little sister that died of lupus. My other sister and my daughter also live with lupus. And I'm here to just share my journey and hopefully encourage others that live with a chronic disease.
Sounds lovely. I really look forward to hearing that. And last but not least is Greg. Greg, will you please introduce yourself?
I was born at a very young age. Just joking. My name is Greg Engel. Now that you can hear me, my wife and I own a business here in Durant. We've been in business here in Durant for about 20 years. And about 2.5 years ago, Greg Massey asked me to come and be a part of training small business owners and CEOs in our communities, the Foundational Leadership course. So I do leadership training for small business owners and CEOs in our bank communities. And love it, love what I do. And it's great to see how our business owners can grow with the same leadership opportunities that we have here at the bank. So excited to be here today.
Awesome. We're going to be talking about health and wellness, yes, because that is our pillar for this month. I'm so excited to hear about it because, hey, everybody, I just wanted to mention something. I know we have 4 wonderful pillars here at First United. We have our faith pillar, we have the financial well-being pillar, we have our health and wellness pillar, and we also have our personal growth pillar. And the reason I'm excited today is I feel like that this is the one pillar that I really have to constantly keep front of mind because it's the one that I have to work on the most. So that's why I was super excited to be hosting this today and hearing from it because this is the one area that I really have an opportunity to create even better habits in. And hey, I wanted to share this with y'all. I was driving yesterday back from a long drive and I was listening to a radio station and they were talking about Jennifer Lopez is now 52 years old and she looks like really young. And they said, do you know what her secret is? And I was like, oh no, what's her secret? You know, it's a health secret. And she said she gets 9 hours of sleep a night. She said that her healthy habit is sleep, and that has really helped her to stay young looking. And I felt like it was just super relevant to share that with you as we hear about some other habits. And that's the one habit under health that I feel like I have mastered. I can put a check there, but I'm looking forward to hearing about these other habits. So Barbara, tell us about how can we make healthy habits achievable?
Okay, so I want to piggyback on J-Lo's health, that she also probably has a private chef and a personal trainer that comes to her home and everything possible to stay young, and probably people to help with her children at night so she can get that solid 9 hours of sleep. So good for but the rest of us maybe have more challenges within this. So today, hopefully I'll be able to give you some habits that make living a healthy lifestyle achievable. So before I get into like tracking and the different healthy habits, I want to empower you with one thought. So everything you have to get healthy or to get healthier is already within you. So you don't need to sign up for the latest fad or the newest diet or join the fancy gym down the street. I've been in this field for about 18 years, and I can tell you that the health and fitness industry is really, they're pretty guilty about making people believe that they have to have the latest and greatest to get healthy. But you are capable of getting healthy with everything that you have today. So just like Jennifer talked about and J-Lo expressed, getting good sleep, drinking water, getting outside in the sunshine, choosing fruits, veggies, eggs, meat over processed food, spending time with our loved ones, being grateful for the blessings that we have in our life, laughing, walking, the list goes on. So you do not need to wait to get healthy, to buy something, to sign up somewhere. Everything you need to get healthier, you already have. So I hope starting this webinar that piece of information empowers you. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is stacking. So this is simply adding a new habit to an existing habit. So this is crucial for success in making habits stick. So I think we have all tried several things in the health and wellness space, and we've done them for maybe a week, possibly 2 weeks, and then kind of fall to the wayside, and then a month later we're like, oh, I kind of forgot I was even doing that. And so habit stacking is an awesome way for you to actually get something to stick. So it really is just piggybacking a habit upon another habit. So for example, let's say I wanted to start taking a magnesium supplement at night to help me sleep. So every night I already brush my teeth, and so I'm going to put the magnesium supplement by my toothbrush. And as soon as I'm done brushing my teeth, I'm going to take the magnesium supplement. And this just helps me stay aware of, okay, I already do this every day, but I want to add this because I do want better sleep, and it's right in my face. So as humans, we are forgetful people. So when we are trying to learn a new habit or trying to create a new habit and we want to achieve this, we want it to last in our lifestyle, we have to make it easy and literally right in our face in order to do that. So habit stacking is crucial.
That is a wonderful, wonderful way, and I love hearing that, Barbara, because I just know, like for me, like you said, having it in my face, knowing like when I get out of bed, if I'm going to go to the gym, like just having those clothes laid out, so when I get out of bed, like I can't say, it's like, okay, I'm going to trip over those shoes if I don't like get them on my feet, so I can go start my exercise. So I think it's a great one. So what are some other things that you feel like can really help us to be successful?
So I'm going to go into 2 non-negotiable health habits that have been successful for me and have legit changed my life. Not to be dramatic, but they've made such a difference that I won't negotiate with these every single day. So the very first one is walking outside in the sunshine for 20 minutes. This sounds so easy, but it has made a huge difference in my life. So when we exercise, we release what I call happy hormones. So we're getting kind of like a triple dose of health with this 20-minute walk outside in the sunshine. So we are moving our bodies, which is creating blood flow, helping our bones and joints, helping loosening up muscles. We are outside in the sunshine, so we're getting vitamin D, which 90% of people are actually deficient in vitamin D. We work inside, we do more things inside than we ever have before, and we were created to get some sunshine. So 20 minutes a day, if you make it a priority, you're going to be able to get that vitamin D, get your body moving, and then outside time in nature is always healing. So you're able to, I know a lot of people do like just a quiet walk where they meditate. Maybe you turn on your favorite podcast. Maybe you turn on your favorite Christian music or music that just like fills your soul. So you're getting a 20-minute break in your day that's good for literally everything in your body. Okay, so there's my first one. My second healthy habit that has been a game changer for me is intermittent fasting. So before I tell you what I do, I always want to preface this with talk to your doctor before you start anything new, especially if you have any health conditions, especially diabetes, you want to talk to them before you would implement this in. But intermittent fasting has been key for me for fat loss and for detoxing. So what it does is it allows your body the time it needs to get in and burn fat stores. It also can put you, after a certain length of time, into a state of what's called autophagy. And this is literally the die-off of damaged cells within your body. So, for example, this is what I do. So at night, I'll have dinner at like 6:30, and then the following morning, I will break my fast at 10 or 10:30. And this gives my body the chance that it needs to detox. Within 2 weeks of starting this, I immediately noticed a decrease in belly bloat and started to see fat fall off. So this has been a game changer for me. I love it. So intermittent fasting and walking in the sunshine for 20 minutes are two things I do every single day.
Those are lovely, and I was trying to put those in the chat box, and I put 2 hours. Hey, if you can do 2 hours, that's lovely, but it was meant to be 20 minutes. That's what happens when you kind of listen and talk. I'm not a good actor.
2 hours every day in the sunshine.
Yeah. So once we talked about like the habit stacking and our non-negotiable life-changing habits, so what other advice could you give to someone? Because I know you're someone that I really trust, Barbara. I've come to you many times for health and wellness advice. And so just like, what's some other things you could tell us to encourage us and help us to create those healthy habits?
So I think a couple of the big ones would be to choose one habit at a time. I know when we want to get healthy, we're like, okay, we're throwing out all processed food. We're working out 2 hours a day. We're drinking our water. We're getting 8 hours of sleep. We're doing all of these things, and we're trying to do them all at one time. And that's just almost impossible, and we're almost always going to fail. And when we fail, we want to throw in the towel on healthy living altogether. So choose one healthy habit at a time. I'm a big advocate for just printing off a blank calendar, like Google blank calendar June 2022. And every day, mark off when you are successful with your healthy habit. Maybe it is adding veggies to every meal. And so you mark that off every day for 30 days before you add on another healthy habit. Lifetime change isn't fast or easy. It takes time for these habits to be implemented, and it takes you being really kind to yourself. So give yourself grace. If you miss a day, if you miss 2 days, be kind to yourself, just like you would be to your best friend. But don't give up on yourself. Keep going. This is a lifelong journey. We are never going to be perfect with our healthy lifestyle, and that's okay. This is real life. But you have to keep going. You have to keep trying different tools, see what fits best into your lifestyle that you can stick with and that makes you feel good. Because once you feel good, you can show up for what actually matters in your life. So this is the kicker that always gets me. Playing with my kids in the yard, someday rocking my grandbabies, or simply just waking up and really feeling vibrant and excited about my life. So I hope that one of these tools or some of these tools have helped or at least planted a seed for you in your health journey. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to turn it back to Jennifer, and y'all get to hear from my incredible colleagues, Marcy and Greg, about healthy habits that they have implemented into their life. I really think you're going to get a lot from it.
Yes, thank you, Barbara. And, my favorite thing that you said is just recognizing that just adding that one habit, like the one thing, and you don't have to do it all. and do it for 30 days until it really becomes the habit before we try to add on a bunch of more. Because I know me, like, I try to go into like the exercising, the changing my eating and drinking all this water, and then I just give up. And it's like, if I would just get used to drinking the water, now I can go do the other things. So great advice. I really appreciate that, Barbara, and I think that many people will love hearing it, because when we do one thing at a time, it really does become more achievable. All right, so Marcy, we would love to hear from you about your health journey. So tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you, Jennifer. And Barbara, where were you 10 years ago? I could have used you in my life then. I'm happy that you're in my life now, though. So for me, making health a priority probably came into my life about 18 years when I lost my little sister, and then about a year to the day was also diagnosed with the same disease that took her. Lupus is an autoimmune disease. It's chronic, so it's not curable, so you have to learn to live with this disease. And I think what's helped all of us in my family live with it is just to learn to listen to your body. I'm very guilty of trying to push myself over my limits, and at times it causes a flare-up. And a flare-up when you have lupus means that you feel like you have the flu, but probably 10 times worse. Your body just aches all over. The last thing you want to do is get out of bed. But the best thing that you can do is to keep moving. So I have had to learn how to listen and to also do things in moderation. I used to be a runner, and unfortunately, I cannot run the distance that I used to run, but I can still walk, and I try to walk the distance. So one of my healthy habits is to go for walks. Some days it's just a 5 to 10 minute walk, and other days it could be a 30-minute walk. But what I try to do and stick to is to move my body every single day, and that's just a non-negotiable habit for me. I also would say that my other non-negotiable habit is just to have a good attitude. When my daughter was diagnosed 10 years ago, she said, "Mom, we have lupus. Lupus doesn't have us." And that has really resonated with me on this health journey. I have to keep a good attitude, give myself grace on the days where I just can't move like I want to. What has really helped me through being at First United Bank is using the Virgin Pulse app. And the way that I use it is I track the days that I do move. I try to take my steps every day. And on the down days, when I go to see the doctor, I go and see him every 3 months. I pull my app up and I can show him how many good days I've had and how many bad days I've had. And so it kind of helps us determine the dosage of medication that I need to stay on. It also allows them to counsel me on the activities that I can and cannot participate in. And I've just used that app to its fullest extent. It's kind of like a lifeline for me these days, and so I would encourage others to use it as well. I also would add that what has helped my family and I to deal with lupus is that while we have an internal network of support for each other, we also advocate for others, because when you feel down, there's always someone that feels worse. And so when you reach out to that person, it really does help elevate your attitude and how you feel about living with a disease. I'm very blessed with a very supportive partner who just goes with the flow with me. And that has really, really helped elevate my life altogether, in that I know I have the love and support I need to move forward. And then, of course, faith, always praying and relying on the Lord Jesus to carry you on those bad days when you just can't stay healthy or don't feel healthy. I think your mind plays a big part in your health, because it, controls the motivation that you have to keep yourself healthy and doing the right things for your body.
Those are very powerful. Thank you for sharing that with us, Marcy. And do you have advice for someone, like, I think you've probably tried a lot of things, so is it like the app that you feel like has really helped you, just having something to kind of give you like that feedback on what's helped you and seeing that? Or, what would you tell someone who's just tried it all?
Yes, Jennifer. So one thing I will add is that when you know that there's something wrong in your body, but you keep going to the doctor and they really aren't doing a good job of diagnosing you, you have to continue to seek good care. And believe me, I've tried many different doctors and different types of treatments, and I have just pushed forward, and the app has been very, very helpful with my trying to maintain a good, healthy, balanced lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. And hey, y'all don't know this, but Marcy's actually joining us while she's on vacation this week, y'all. So I've just been like, that's dedication right there. So we just want to say thank you, Marcy, for sharing, because your story is very powerful, and I feel like that it can help others to know that, hey, you may not find out at the beginning, but, continuing to track, to try to move, even when some days you don't feel like it sounds like you still did. And then you really just continue to search for the doctors till you could find someone who was able to really help you. And surrounding yourself with those positive people and that positive attitude it sounds like it's been very impactful for you, Marcy.
Yes, Jennifer, you summarized it very well. Thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity to share these important messages.
Thank you for being. Well, that's really good. Well, thank you, Marcy, again. Okay, so y'all, last but not least, we're going to hear from Greg Engel. And so, Greg, we just want to hear you tell us a little bit about what are some things that you do to try to help you with your health journey?
All right. Oh, hi, Tiffany. She said hey in the chat. Good to see you here. Tiffany and I ran a Spartan race together last Sunday. So,
yay.
Excuse me, had a great time. Can you hear me okay? Everything good?
I can.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't, my health story, I would say my serious health story actually started back in October of 2020 when I was visiting with our CEO, Greg Massey. One day we were having lunch, and I had just noticed over the course of the last 4 or 5 years, he had just got, his physical fitness was better, his mental focus was better, and I asked him, I said, man, I need to know what you're doing. When did you start? How did you start? And he began to encourage me about just starting small. And I think Barbara mentioned this, just starting small and building from there. He talked to me about how he began doing a kettlebell workout in his home every morning. Not a lot, just a little. So first thing I did is I went and bought a set of kettlebells and went on the internet and found, I think it was called Kettlebell Exercises for Beginners, and it is there. And it showed 4 very simple kettlebell exercises, like 10 reps apiece, right? Very, very easy. And I thought to myself, this is going to be my workout every morning. And then what I found out is it only lasted about 4 minutes. However, what I found out is as I began that routine, I did that for about 3 weeks, just 10 reps on 4 different exercises, took 4 to 5 minutes every morning besides a little bit of stretching. And then I began to grow from there. And I think even something Barbara shared is sometimes we can get, I think even Marcy said something about this, we can just set our goals way too high, and then we don't even reach them. Like we don't even get started. We don't even get on the journey. So for me, it's been incremental, very small, very short, very easy, attainable goals over the course of many, many months and building upon those as they become habit. So I work out in the mornings. I still do a kettlebell workout. I've thrown some push-ups in there and set-ups and leg scissors and some other really fun stuff. But my workout in the mornings now is 25 to 30 minutes. It's not high cardio. I'm almost 50 years old, so I'm not working cardio that much.
Oh,
but
you're almost 50, Greg?
Almost 60. Sorry, almost 60. Hey, thank you, Jennifer, for correcting me. But the thing is starting out at 4 minutes in the morning and now working up to a half an hour and beginning to move a little bit more, I just got to where even in the early days when I would finish my workout at 4 minutes, I would celebrate it. And I would say, I did it. I crushed my workout. So I could start my day and say, you know what? I worked out this morning. I hit my goal. I crushed it. And the next day was the same. So I do my workout Monday through Friday morning, and I basically just recover Saturday and Sunday because we're normally active enough doing things outside, chasing grandchildren. We're pretty active for the weekends. But so my health story actually started, I'm going to say my serious health story, October 2020. So I'm a year and a half in to have made some really strong commitments to myself and to my health. And I can honestly say it has helped me with my energy and mentally with my focus. So I don't know. I wish I'd have done this years ago. But visualizing that for me is simply just starting small, just working small steps. And I think Marcy mentioned this, and I think Barbara knows about it as well, but tracking the health is very important. And I used Fitbit for a while. I love our Virgin Pulse app that we use here at the bank. I currently use an Oura Ring, which is a really good fitness tracker for me, keeps me on track, if you will. So, and I think you asked me about 2 non-negotiables, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wait,
what are some non-negotiable healthy habits? I know you mentioned you did Spartan races, but
yeah,
I think that's one of your non-negotiables.
Well, it is. However, I use the Spartan races kind of as a carrot, right? So it gives me a goal to shoot toward because I found out in my life if I don't have that out there, I'm going to get lazy. So I use the Spartan races a couple of times a year just to know I've got to stay in shape and I've got to work toward this. I've got a goal I'm going to hit. And it helps me be more disciplined that way. So, yes, we did a Spartan race in Austin. We had a lot of the First United Bank team from Austin join us down there. We had a great day, a lot of fun. So I'm only going to do 2 of those a year. I guess that could be a habit. I'm not sure. Twice a year. But 2 things that are really important to me, and I think they've already been mentioned. Number 1 is sleep. That's my number 1 non-negotiable. I try to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep every night. And somebody asked me recently, well, how do you do that? I'll go back to what Barbara said earlier. It's all in context because we all have different lives. My wife and I have an empty nest, so we don't have children. We might have grandkids from time to time, which is different. But I have the opportunity to set my evenings and my mornings the way I want them. So not everybody is in the same boat. Not everyone can apply these habits the same. But what I do is to make sure I get that amount of sleep at night is I have what I call an evening bookend. So, you know, like a bunch, like library books, you've got a bookend on each side. So I've got a PM bookend and an AM bookend. These are things that I do to keep my life together. My PM bookend, I have something called a digital sunset. So at 8:30 every night, Sunday night through Friday night, I have a digital sunset. And at 8:30, all of my screens go off. There's no laptop, no TV, no cell phone. Anything that emits blue light is out of my life. And by 8:30, 8:45, I'm normally reading or spending time with my wife. And normally by 9:15, I'm in my bed, hopefully almost asleep. So I'm committed to that PM bookend so that I can get my sleep. And honestly, my PM bookend sets up my AM bookend. So because I get my sleep, because I feel good in the morning, I can get up in the morning and do my morning routine as well. So those are probably my 2 non-negotiables. I are my sleep and then my AM and my PM bookends. And I highly recommend if you have to try a digital sunset. It'll change your life.
Very nice. So those were some great things you told us about, and we really appreciate your time. And hey, you just motivate all of us here to make sure. And is there anything you would tell someone who they say maybe they've given up on their health? What's one thing maybe you would say to somebody who might have given up on their health?
Okay, so I've done this 100 times in my lifetime because I was trying to jump too high. I was trying to accomplish too much. I've realized that it's just moment by moment. Just one small change a day, next day a change, just step by step by step, and building that. So if you have to start out with a 4-minute workout every morning, do it. But then as you've mastered that, add one little thing to it. As you master that, add one more little thing to it. Before long, it'll become very habitual in your life and help you. So I think the main thing is just don't jump too high. Don't just go join the gym and start working out full force. If you've done that before and it's failed, don't do that again. Try something different. Just start changing one little thing a day, every day in your life, and I believe it'll help you change. It did me.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We appreciate it. Hey, everybody. The key takeaway for today is we just want you to know that make a habit achievable. Make it a priority for yourself. Like, book it for your calendar, and always be sure to visualize, like literally think positive and see yourself achieving your health goal. And hey, you'll have a changed life. It may not happen overnight, but we know that if it happens fast and easy, it probably isn't going to stay long term. And we need to be thinking long term for our health and wellness. And I know Barbara is shaking her head like, yes, I completely agree. It's not the magic pill so that we look beautiful, but it's really to help us to have that changed life where we can be thinking about our long-term health. And your future self will thank you for it. I just know this. And hey, we've got a quick survey. We just want you to take a couple of minutes, if you will. There's a QR code right here. And if you will just, I'm going to also try to drop this into the chat box if I'm able to. And basically, you can answer questions on how you rate yourself in our 4 pillars. And if you do that, by the way, we're going to reward you. We're going to give you, we're going to do a random drawing, and 2 people will get a Amazon gift card. So that's really awesome. And we just want to, I'm going to be quiet. And while y'all do that, I'll play music for just a minute and let you answer the survey. So you have a chance to win that Amazon gift card for $25. So the last thing we just want to tell you is that we really appreciate you all for joining us today. We're going to be doing our next pillar talk. It's going to be on June the 23rd. And next month, we're going to be talking about retirement habits. So we really hope that you'll join us. We have some great guests next month. John Carey, who's over our wealth management team, he is going to be one of our speakers. And I just feel like it'll be a great one. And so you can use this QR code, but I'll also just go ahead and send out the link. So when I send out the recording of this webinar, so you could join then. So hopefully you'll be able to join us on June 23rd from 12 to 12:30 as we learn about preparing for our retirement, because we all know it's important to have the ideal retirement life. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And we hope you have a fabulous rest of your day.